Hi, this is the incomparable Lance Moss from YouTube.com/Lance Moss TV, and you're watching The Wrestle Gamer on WGS-TV.
Hello everyone, welcome to another installment of WGS-TV right here on YouTube.com/WrestleGamers, FXTV, and SoundCloud.com. I'm the WrestleGamer WWE Boudreaux, joined by the Studly Man Ashley for this week's WWE main event review for the week of January 13, 2015. The opening matchup this week, Gold and Stardust taking on Los Matadores. And Ashley, it just kind of seems to me that ever since they built up hype into Los Matadores, it just kind of feels like it's kind of been let down in a sense. I mean, the only real time we've seen them is like on a Superstars or a main event or something like that. We rarely see Los Matadores and El Torito on a Raw or a SmackDown anymore.
It's obvious because they don't have a tag division anymore. As much as it's good to see the Ascension back, it really sort of is a case of, I don't know. I don't want it to be the case because I like the tag division. I know all the history and prominence of it, but it just isn't going to happen in this day and era. All the rumors that I'm starting to hear now about WWE wanting to go back to something closer to Attitude Era with TV 14 again might mean we see a prominence in that. I don't know, but really, I mean, I will admit, the only thing I like about Los Matadores is El Torito!
Who was really involved in the finish of this match, guys and gals. He was he was brought in by Goldust. Torito was on the ring apron trying to get the crowd fired up, and Goldust brought him in and then tried to pick him up and do something with him, and then it turns into a head scissor takedown, followed up by Diego rolling up Goldust to get the win. So, and also, key thing on commentary, again, Todd Phillips is back on there. I'm guessing maybe WWE just thought the move was more than necessary. I mean, maybe they don't think he's good enough to be on SmackDown anymore. Who knows? But anyway, up next, the Ascension taking on more local talent. And I can tell you guys and gals that these local talents are actually guys that I've worked with here in Louisiana. We have Purple Haze, a former GCW light heavyweight champion, a former MSX. He's a current MSX guy, and he works with Luke Hawx over in NWA Wildcats, and so does his other guy. I tried to get a gander as to try to recognize who that guy is. Unfortunately, I was unable to. But Ashley, this is something I've been wondering. Just what direction are they going right now with the Ascension?
Clearly, they're trying to make him out like every historical tag team ever, because you got the face paint sort of the Powers of Pain and Road Warriors. The attire is very Road Warriors-esque, and I don't know. They should have been pushed to the main roster at least over a year ago, but nothing ever happened. And I really just hope
they didn't.
I really just hope that something good comes from it somewhere down the line. I mean, I'm just trying to think who the current tag champs are. Utos, aren't they? So
yeah,
it's more obviously if it's a heel, they could be the faces. Depends what angle they're going. With this whole jobber thing, it's just basically a case of they're there to beat people up, whether you're good or bad, jobber or not jobber.
Let me ask you this. A lot of people kind of call it the Ryback treatment, just based on the fact that when Ryback first made his debut, they had him going against jobber after jobber after jobber. Are they doing the same thing here with the Ascension?
Well, yes, because they don't have any tag teams.
No, yeah.
That's the issue. With Ryback, they could have put on, your usual jobber talent and everything, but it would have got the same old. Because there isn't that much of a tag division, and you obviously don't want to cause any more not disapprovingness, but basically not to make the NXT tag roster look bad. You can't have them going up against them on every house show. So, plus, you know, in what we mean by jobbers is actually mean local talent that just gets given the chance to have their, well, I can't even say 15 minutes of fame because they don't normally get that long.
Yeah.
But 15 minutes of fame to perhaps get their chance. It was, I think, through that Blue Pants, aka Leva Bates, I think, got that win. I think on, was it last week's show?
I think a couple of weeks ago.
A few weeks back.
Yeah.
And there are reports that both her and Mia Yim are possibly being lined up somewhere down the line to actually get a shot. I mean, the most infamous one that I remember was that time when DX came to the UK back in 2006. And two of the bouncers was some bloke called Wade Barrett and some bloke called Sheamus.
Yeah, I remember that.
Look what happened there.
Yeah, Barrett currently the Intercontinental Champion, Sheamus on injured reserve, as it were, right now. So, but anyway, following that, we would have Rusev and Justin Gabriel. Justin Gabriel, to me, a really underutilized talent in WWE, because we know Justin Gabriel has, you know, so much ability. You know, he's on the precipice of greatness, but he's just not been given the opportunity to showcase what he can really do. You know, they kind of have him on the NXT main event. Go ahead.
Let's be honest. He's had the Evan Bourne treatment.
Yeah.
He's made it, and then pretty much they've just gone, we have no confidence in high flyers, despite the fact we want Rey Mysterio back.
Yeah.
When clearly he didn't really feel up to it.
Well, yeah, and well, with this matchup, guys, again, it was just pretty cut and dry. Rusev would lock on the Accolade to pick up the win, and thank God they didn't have him like repeat for the 13th time. You know, about Ryback and the Royal Rumble, because you know they first did that last week and then repeated the same goddamn thing on Monday Night Raw. It was getting repetitive. It's getting really useless. But anyway, main event. The main event, the New Day taking on Cesaro, Tyson Kidd, and Adam Rose. Ashley, boy, oh boy, did this matchup really pick up towards the end of it. They were doing some really high, intense stuff that really took it to the end and really sold it for me. And kind of, in my mind, makes it a great match, and a definitely match of the night for this one. It was just really well done, in my opinion.
I'm just amazed we had 4 matches on an hour-long show, compared to the fact that, I'm trying to think, how many matches did we have in the first hour of Raw? 2.
Yeah,
it's like
pretty much.
This is why Raw needs to be 2 hours. If you can make it more compact somehow, then you're gonna get a better show out of it. That's why NXT is so popular. It's that sort of appeal. So I'm pleased to hear that they had a good match, because Cesaro is getting the crap end of the stick, I feel unjustly, from people in the back. Really, ever since Stone Cold got on Vince on the podcast, that's really sort of become clear that he's now, thanks to Stone Cold, sort of, I guess, he's sort of been given the punishment card. But
Yeah.
I think he'll settle through, because I honestly feel that stars that have made their names on the indies are clearly going to be the future of this company. Hence why Punk was so popular. Hence why Bryan has been so popular now that he's come back. Hence why Luke Harper has had always that momentum of people cheering for him, despite him being a heel, because of his reputation as Brody Lee back in CZW and everything. Dean Ambrose, John Moxley, Seth Rollins, Tyler Black. Yeah, just a whole list. Hell, even when Jimmy Jacobs randomly showed up as part of the Bunny Posse over Christmas, there was a lot of people going crazy on Twitter for that.
Yeah, they were.
Even if it wasn't like a proper bit, it was like, that's got to be Jimmy Jacobs.
Yeah, not only that, Taylor Hendricks is a part of the posse as well. Taylor Hendricks,
Quite a lot of people, actually.
Oh yes, definitely. The finish of the match, guys and gals, for officially it's the New Day hitting the midnight hour, and I believe it was on Rose. Yes, it was on Adam Rose to pick up the win and to cap off a really good show on main event this week. Main event, my overall score is going to be a 3.5 out of 5. It was definitely, for a 1 hour show, a really good show to watch, especially for the main event, and they really picked it up towards the tail end of the thing. And when they started doing balls to the wall, that kind of stuff, where even the crowd starts getting into it, then you know that they're doing something right. Even the crowd was starting to chant, "This is awesome," and I have to agree with them. It was awesome. It was a really good match. I really don't. I don't want to say that the Ascension beating up Total Jobbers match was worst match of the night, just based on the fact that I know one of the guys that was in the match. But it's going to get to the point where we see him built up, and especially for guys like us who have followed them for the past 2 years on NXT. We know what they're capable of. We know what the gimmick is, and I guess WWE, in a sense, is just probably trying to re-debut and kind of really introduce the Ascension to the people who only follow the main event roster, who really haven't seen NXT for the past 2 years, who really don't know who Victor and Connor are. So one would think it would possibly be going in that direction for it.
You've certainly seen quite a few people when they've made the step up, sort of change their gimmick sort of thing. When they have, because obviously Big E was when he beat Rollins for the title for the NXT, he was seen as the face, and then sort of like what happened to Adrian Neville for a bit, the face turned heel after a while, but that was mainly because he was being as a heel to be Ziggler's bodyguard when they were paired up with Vicky and everything. So, and obviously, if you'd have said 12 months ago how he went from where he was to being part of this New Day thing, I don't think many people will see that. The only issue I have with the New Day is, I'm guessing, does this mean the tag team is going to be on Freebird rules if they get the belts? Because 3 into 2 don't go. And considering the news that they've signed Uhaa Nation, Big E Langston is going to be sweating literally. Not just
and I'm also going to call on JBL for kind of taking a pot shot at us Cajuns for not being smart. We done very smart, so we done good there, JBL. But anyway, on that note, guys and gals, what we want to know now from you guys out there, the viewers and subscribers, your thoughts on WWE main event this week. What are your overall scores? What are your picks for best and worst match or segment of WWE main event this week? We definitely want to know what you guys have to say out there. Be sure you put your comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and favorite this video. If you're listening to us on SoundCloud right now, be sure to hit that follow button if you like what you hear. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, facebook.com/WGS-TV, and don't forget to please subscribe to youtube.com/WrestleGamer and youtube.com/ZepHXTV now, where you can check out the gameplay of the day. You guys will check out the link to it in the annotations and in the description box below. And we're getting started with Far Cry 4, guys, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people are looking forward to it, as am I. It's been really a real treat playing that game so far. But anyway, guys and gals, on that note, for the Studley Man Ashley, I'm the Wrestle Gamer, Double Beep on the Boudreaux saying, don't sweat it.